Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's get into today's topic. I just want to talk about outlook. Your outlook on life is everything. Outlook creates your reality. I'll tell you a little story about this just to prove the example. I was at the grocery store the other day, I think it was probably last week, and I ran into an ex-girlfriend that I had many years ago. We had kind of a weird breakup. I'm not going to go into it, but she was a good girlfriend up until the breakup, because the breakup was not good. But we've still remained friends. You know, I don't hold grudges. I may not want to be your boyfriend again, but I can get past things. Nonetheless, she mentioned in our brief conversation as I was leaving and she was entering the store, and she was like, I was thinking about you the other day. You remember that Pink Floyd concert that we went to? And she said it was her birthday and it was the best Pink Floyd show. It was the best concert, not just the best Pink Floyd show, but the best concert she had ever seen. It was the most fun time that she really had ever had in her life. And I smiled and, said, yeah, I remember. And the funny thing about that concert is we didn't actually see Pink Floyd. See, here's how it went down. I had won, this was a little bit ago, I had won tickets. And I forget how I won them. Honestly, I don't remember. But I won tickets. And I got 2 tickets to see Pink Floyd at the House of Blues in Orlando. Now that should have been the first red flag, but I didn't pay attention to any signs or signals that were sent my way. I just got excited. Pink Floyd, House of Blues. I mean, usually they play stadiums, right? But House of Blues, that's one of my favorite places to see a concert. This is going to be great. I tell her about it. It happened to be on her birthday was the time of the show, and she was like, this is the best. Thank you so much, and whatever. So we head out to Orlando. We go see the show, and it's great. Pink Floyd sounded perfect. Sounded exactly like the album. And they had a whole stage full of musicians, full of backup singers. Some of the songs were so incredibly perfect. It was great. Well, I'm down in the bathroom. The men's bathroom was all the way downstairs in the basement of the building. And I'm down there taking a piss. I go to wash my hands and there's some dude up at the sink next to me and I'm just excited. I'm just having a great time. And I said to the guy, man, with a big smile on my face, I was like, this is a great show, huh? Pink Floyd, right? And he looks at me in this weird way and it took all the wind out of my sails because I could tell that something with the way that he looked at me, something was wrong. And he said, you do know that that's not Pink Floyd, don't you? And I said, what do you mean? It sounds like him, it looks like him. And he said, dude, this is the House of Blues. The Pink Floyd wouldn't play the House of Blues. That's the Pink Floyd experience. I guess you didn't look at your tickets properly. I laughed about it, me and him giggled, and I was just like, oh. But I did get a little bit bummed. He could tell. And I was just like, man, fuck. And it turns out, I sat and chatted with, I don't usually talk to dudes in the fucking bathroom, but it turns out this guy was a roadie. He was one of the guys that helps the band pack up and unpack the amplifiers and all their crap. So he worked with the group. And he said, look, I never should have said anything to you. Because when you first looked at me, when you first were down here, this was the best night of your life. Just 5 seconds ago, this was the best time you'd ever had. I could tell by looking at you. You were on top of the world. And now that I just revealed to you that that's not really the band, you think this is a waste of time. This is some kind of bummer of a night. And he was like, I never should have said anything, you should just go back to thinking that it's Pink Floyd. So I kind of got a kick out of that. And as I walked upstairs, and I kind of went through all the various emotions of feeling stupid for not reading the tickets right, feeling dumb for not noticing that it wasn't really Pink Floyd, getting kind of annoyed at myself and wondering if I should tell my girlfriend and it's probably going to ruin her night too. I got back up there and she's dancing, having a good time, and she throws her arms around me, a big kiss, tells me this is the best night of her life. So I kept my mouth shut. We had a great time. It was such an incredibly fun concert. Every song was great. The whole crowd is singing along. We're driving back. She's ranting and raving about how amazing that was. It was the best time she ever had. And I was thinking about telling her. There was one point where I was ready to tell her that wasn't Pink Floyd. I almost wanted to burst her bubble for some weird reason. But then I realized, there's no point to it. Just let her think that she had the best time of her life on her birthday. Not as a manipulation, but why burst her bubble? And I realized after that experience that your outlook on life is really everything. How you see the world determines your happiness, determines how you move forward. And sure, we may get information during our day that changes our outlook. We may get information during our week and during our lives that may change our outlook on things. You may have thought that you were on a certain path, and with recent information, you realize that you're not on that path. You may have thought that certain things were the way that they were, and it turns out they aren't. I'm not saying that you should live in a fantasy world. Reality is where it's at. Live in reality. But you can create your own reality through your perception and through your outlook. You could have an amazing, wonderful time. Or you could just roll your eyes and be like, this ain't even Pink Floyd. This is just some bullshit cover band. It's up to you. What kind of night do you want to have? What kind of life do you want to have? There's somebody that gets this. Somebody out there understands what I'm talking about. Thanks for watching.